Zamfara state government has been assigned the responsibility of establish a peace commission to address the ongoing violence and insecurity in the region. This development follows a gathering of peace-building experts in Abuja, where they assessed the current security challenges in Zamfara and suggested effective strategies used by neighboring states in the northwest and north-central regions to restore peace.
Alternative dispute resolution, what we tag as multi-door courthouse, which is an initiative piloted by many states, the judiciary of many states in Nigeria. It's also an event where we pair learning on the establishment of peace agencies, and in this case, the focus is on Zamfara State. The project that we are implementing, supported by the Integrated Security Fund, is promoting stability, access to justice, accountability, and preventing gender-based violence. So this initiative is supported by that project, and that project is implemented in Kaduna and Zamfara. So in the course of implementation of the project, the multi-door courthouse in Kaduna have supported us in training the judiciary and key stakeholders on alternative dispute resolution in Zamfara. And during that engagement, it became evident that Zamfara also needed the multi-door courthouse. And so this meeting is a meeting where different stakeholders who are implementing initiatives that Zamfara is interested in have come to share their experiences. We have also brought experts in ADR, veteran director generals of peace agencies in different states, so that they can give guidance and also share lessons with the team from Zamfara, from the judiciary in Zamfara. So in this case, Zamfara State is aiming to establish the multi-door courthouse and also scoping out opportunities for having a peace agency that will help drive reconciliation processes in the state. Dealing with insecurity is a process. First, you need to understand what the structural issues and the drivers are. After doing that, you need to have structures that deal with these issues, and then make policies and amend and adjust policies that respond to some of these drivers. What I like to say is a process. It's not a sprint. It's something that you have to keep working at. For states who do not have structures that deal with these issues, there's a fundamental gap. Where you don't have like a platform where different stakeholders analyze the conflict drivers, figure out what they need to do together. Interministerial platforms for responding to the issues. All these structures are very critical in terms of dealing with the issues in states who do not have these structures.
The law or the legal framework that will establish such an agency has to properly also align with the policy direction of Zamfara states, because their reality at the moment is rising, persistent incidents of crime, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, a lot of criminal activities going on, and the issues are quite complex, and so they need to understand the direction that the government has taken so that a peace institution of that nature will align and conform with the existing policy directions of the government, and that they have to take an approach that goes beyond just establishing an institution to build peace, but also focusing on addressing the structural issues, the underlying causes of the kind of violence, criminality, and perhaps violent conflicts that we see playing out in Zamfara and other parts of the northwest of Nigeria. They must engage in very serious discussions on how to address root causes, because you cannot deal with the symptoms without addressing the root causes.
Establishment of such institutions must draw heavily from government policy. Looking at the challenges that such governments are facing in their states, of course, we're talking about insecurity here, criminality, kidnapping, and all of that. There should be a deliberate policy guide that would be broken into a program, and the entity or institution that's responsible for implementing that programs would be the State Peace Building Agencies or Commission. I think that underscores the relevance of such intervention, that they are drawing directly from the policy of government and implementing initiatives and ideas through a wide range of mechanisms that would deliver the promise of peace and security in those respective states. The first challenge, I think, would be the political will. I mean, if you really want to transform the very conditions that engender violent conflict, then you have to be very committed to the process beyond just political rhetorics. There should be a genuine interest in the entire process from the beginning even to the end. But you see, peace building is, like I've said earlier on, it's not just an event, a one-off thing. No, it's a process that needs to be nurtured carefully, and that requires a lot of commitment on the part of the leaders, on the part of the political leaders, on the part of course, the peace building agency, so that they are enabled and empowered enough to systematically follow through the process until we remove the potential or reduce the risk likelihood of violent conflict in those communities. So the question of building peace goes far beyond the roles and the functions of the committee. And that's the reason we are advocating for, pursuing this goal in a very systematic fashion, starting with the development or the design of a legal framework, right? And so government comes and government goes. I mean, the entity is there as an institution. Yeah. So if a government sets up one and then it does what it has to do and it leaves, the next government comes, it finds the institution. So all you need to do is to key into that. And by the way, most of these entities will have to develop strategic plans that at least can go for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, or even 8 years. It makes it easier because the challenges of peace and security do not just evaporate, at the expiration of a government term. So it would be very, very strategic for governments to come in and meet what is on the ground and consolidate on it as a way of moving forward. So it's not just the committees, it's about a legal arrangement, that works in a very systematic fashion and works with a wide range of stakeholders, regardless of, tribe, of religion or ethnicity or even political affiliations. And peace building work must be seen as a non-partisan kind of a process because of our collective interest.